Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another day here in my tiny cramped garage. Today I will be focusing again on the 348. I'm going to put the 308 project to one side today while I wait for some vital parts such as cam belts to arrive due tomorrow, so we'll crack on with that again tomorrow. So 348 project today, and we are going to continue with the light restoration, focusing on the engine bay. That's the dirtiest part of this car, and just stripping off parts, stripping it back down, cleaning off all the grime and trying to improve it as much as possible. I've got the wheel arch out at the moment. What else have we got on here to do? Wheel arch out. I'm still kind of in two minds whether or not to strip off that plenum chamber off the top of the engine, and apparently that is a bit of a pig to get to. Anyway, it's super cold in here. I'm going to freeze my nuts off today, but we'll crack on and see how far we get with making that pretty and shiny. See you in a sec. So today I'm going to do a bit of work and tidy up this engine bay on this 348 TS. Let's have a little look around the car. So it's a 93 TS. Interior is pretty clean, not too bad. Car needs a really good old polish up. Front's okay. Overall, not too bad, but as with a lot of Ferraris, the engine gets a little bit neglected when it comes to cleaning. And this looks like it's got a few years worth of grime on it. Airboxes looking tatty, just grime all over all the hoses, plenum chamber, everything really, it's just dirty. You know, typical thing with 348s, 355s. Rocker cover gaskets, not gaskets, rocker covers, crinkle paint, red crinkle paint always chips off these, so we'll have to get those off, spray those up. Again, the same on that side, as you can see, a lot of paint missing, just generally everywhere, just grime, grime, grime. So let's go to town on it and see what magic we can work. But it's all there, it's not too bad. So it's just a bit of the old elbow grease really. Okay, let's piece this together and see what we can do. This is my most useful tool today in the garage. This little heater hopefully is going to keep me toasty and warm, keep these little fingers from freezing. Nothing worse than trying to work on a car with cold hands. Good on your heater. One of the cool things about doing videos like this and posting them on places like YouTube is you get eagle-eyed viewers like Jason, who cleverly spotted something that I didn't on this car, in that the rear wheels are the wrong way around, they're on the wrong side. So if you look at the front, the kind of 5 spokes face backwards in the way they would rotate. You look at the rears, they face the opposite direction. There was always something, I kept looking at the car and thinking there was something wrong with it, and that's what it is. They're on the wrong way around. So they'll get changed over. I'll probably have to get the car outside to do that. Another thing to do, tools for the job. I got some engine degreasing. A lot of different sized brushes to get into all the nooks and crannies. Just standard paintbrush kind of things. Kind of scrubbing brush there. Oh, and just a little thing, and that's just a pot to put the fluid in. Then all we do is just start brushing it all on. Next, I'm going to start removing the airbox. Spray up the airbox, take off the rubber pipes. They're much easier to wash in like a sink or something like that. Give them a good scrub. Just strip down this top area. Start cleaning it up, painting that up, repainting it. Give it a nice new lick of paint. I'm going to take the Plenum chamber off, not today. I've ordered up some crinkle paint for that. Yeah, I think we're just going to take the top end off, clean the top end. That also exposes some of the lower items and easier to clean those up. So let's start the strip down. That's one airbox off the 348. Put that to one side. There we can see all the engine covers a bit more. So you're starting to clean up these pipes. This blue pipe. You can see the covers are no good at all. All need crinkle painting. But gradually we can get to all that, clean it all up. Then I'm going to remove the exhaust cover, which is down there. That'll get sprayed up. Again, more access to the car. See if the light stays on. Clean all this gearbox system. Get all the grime off there. Start a motor. Starting to look good over this side. Some extra wires that will get car away because it's been added for something at some point. So it's coming on. So that was the contents of the airbox. I'm going to give it a nice little clean up. It's been sat around obviously. The car was in storage for about 10 years. So it's just been neglected slightly. Kitchen sink. Just clean up the light boxes. And then we'll give this a good old clean up. And spray it all up. Next, I'm going to use the wire brush on the drill. Clean off the surface, get rid of all the other loose bits of flaky paint. Also kind of helps degrease it, and then we'll give it a good degrease properly afterwards. So that's stage 2 done. I use a various kind of array of these wire brushes on my cheap drill. Any hardware store has these things. Basically you want to get all the loose paint off. Generally in these kind of spark plug holes, it's okay. It doesn't seem to flake off in there, so I'll just give that a clean. That's not going to make any difference. That's not seen anyway, but just want to get all the loose stuff off. I've noticed on 348s particularly, the stuff comes off so easy. You just scrape it off and then use your wire brushes. So next stage, I'm going to give it this degrease, then a wash, and then it's ready to paint. Then we're back to the kitchen sink. Some good old just cheap detergent, scrubbing brush, and then just give all this a good old clean. I'll give the inside a clean as well. Let it dry, and then it's ready for paint. Okay, so we've let it dry. And now another little trick before I spray it. See, I've masked up a few little bits that I don't want to spray. I whack it in the oven and let it heat up. Obviously the VHT, very high temperature paint, adheres to the hot surface much nicer, much better. So I'll just do this a couple of minutes in the oven, just don't tell the missus. Let the just enough just to make it a little bit warm to touch on the surface, and that really helps to get the paint to stick. Top tip from me. That's been in the oven for a little while now. It's warm. It's not, you know, you can pick it up. It's not scalding hot. Heat gun, VHT paint. So what we're going to do now, I don't have a tripod with me now, but what I'm going to do is spray at the same time, heat up the area. Yeah, that is what causes a reaction with the VHT paint, and that is how you get a nice crinkle finish, even crinkle finish over this. So I'm going to do that. I'll see if I can set up the camera somewhere and try and video some of the stage. But you can see with the red, I've just done the airbox on the car in black. The red, I can really spray. It needs to. It's quite a different consistency, and it needs to be sprayed a little bit further away. Otherwise, you're going to get too much on, and it will cause runs. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then I'm going to add the heat gun and spin it around, get all the other little areas that I'm missing, and then we'll do 2 or 3 coats of this. Next, I'm going to take a scalpel and I'm just going to scrape off paint from here. At the same time, and I can't do this on video, I'm going to use a vacuum and vacuum while I'm scraping. And a few pictures here of the finished items reinstalled on the car. I'm going to wrap it for today. Thanks for watching. Join me again tomorrow where I'll continue on the 348 project.